Hi everyone, welcome to the studio. It's Martin here at Meyer Street Records. Man, it's been a little bit of a while since I've made a recent video. The last, say, 3 or 4 have been older ones, but this whole lockdown scenario has certainly kept us music producers, recordists, engineers, probably a little lost for words, but most likely thankful that we have a recording space, or we like to make or create music. Certainly has been that scenario for me. I've used this last time to be recording many tracks for my personal music channel. But here at Meyer Street Records and in my recording studio, I've kind of used this room as a bit of a sanctuary for sanity. And I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm saying. So let's get stuck into this video. I've got some great announcements to tell you. So obviously I hope you're doing well, and I hope that this whole lockdown experience has kept you busy. No doubt retail has been a big part of the remedy, possibly. For me, it's done exactly that. So I'm very happy to announce that I love buying gear for the studio. I'd be lying if I just said, oh, you don't need much stuff. You do. It's kind of the fun part, isn't it, of making music. To use the tools that we've always aspired to have. I've always been fully aware that there's massive recording studios. YouTube has made that very more accessible, and it's very inspiring, but also you can become very envious of these massive spaces, to these vintage racks of gear, which honestly we're never going to really have, are we? Or we're never going to possibly really need. And we all know that if there's going to be a huge project that you've got, or the client just wants you to record them, you'll end up hiring one of those places. Let's be frank, you're not going to buy all the kit, let alone source it all. But that aside, I have decided to upgrade the studio with some further new toys. A lot of outside recording is what I do here, because the space isn't necessarily huge for a full band. So when I go out and about to record an artist, or I get given a job, so if you want to hire me, let me know, then I will take along some great gear with me to make sure I can record perfectly and cleanly, and at the same time bring it back to the studio, to a place I know the sound of really well, and mix the tracks. So without further ado, let's show you what I bought. I've been obviously scoping around. We've got the 1073 Neve preamps, which are amazing. We've got the SPX version, so we have an EQ section as well with this dual preamp. But we've gone and dived into the world of universal audio, and I've picked up this vintage 6176. And the great thing about this preamplifier is that it sounds amazing, like all universal audio stuff does. I've never owned one, I've only used them at other studios. But it also has the additional option on a preamp, which has an 1176 style compressor limiter, which, look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about, but they are amazing, and they really are an industry standard to create some amazing recordings, and to make you feel really proud and happy that you've got that initial source, what it should be. And as if I'd stop there, come on, I've been on lockdown, I've had nothing to buy apart from food. And I decided to buy the 4710D, I don't even know what I've bought. But it's a further 4 preamps by Universal Audio, which is industry standard. Very clean sounding. I've used it in other studios. I haven't even turned this one on yet. It's literally that hot off the press or from the post. And it's going to definitely enhance my mobility in terms of where I go and what I want to record. Most of my gear comes with me anyway when I record elsewhere, but obviously if you're in-house, it's all rigged up all the time anyway, for you to use and to sound amazing on. Yeah, another great thing about this particular preamp is moving with the same style as the 6176. It also has the tube adjuster to transistor adjuster, so you can have different tones, but also it has a compressor as well, 1176 style limiter. if you wanted to gauge that into your recordings. I don't necessarily always record with compression. It's quite rare, to be honest, unless the singer comes in and they're all up and down and you want to really control some of those peaks. But they're just so clean and they're just so natural sounding that you can't really not have some Universal Audio stuff in your studio. So I'm happy to say it's here and I'm delighted. So I wanted to share my excitement with you, and if you have any questions about these particular toys, as I like to call them, then let Universal Audio know. No, I'm joking. Ask me a question, it's fine. I'm happy to try and answer it. And if you'd like to try and use these bad boys in the studio for your own production, let me know. I'm filling up the diary now that we've walked out of this lockdown period. And that's really exciting stuff. So yeah, I'll hopefully speak to you soon. Cheers, bye.